friends with Hunter. So I asked Hunter if he could be, our boom mic operator, right? And he does. He's so down to help out.
Yeah.
He's amazing. He's always there. Like whether or not, he's in front of the camera or behind it, he's there supporting us.
Yeah.
And it takes a village, I always say. It takes a village to
No
make a
doubt.
movie happen.
No doubt.
And anyways, so that's where Eric meets Hunter. And then, at that time when we shot Bug, Eric was already thinking and writing and throwing ideas back and forth about Clean Slate. And so he's telling me about this and blah, blah. And he has some actors in mind. And I just say, hey, there's this guy, Hunter Carey. You met him already. He was our boom mic operator. Oh, yeah, he's cool. Yeah, what about him? I'm like, he's an amazing actor. We could have him audition for the role. Sure. I mean, I don't see it yet, but as the casting director, I see it, And so I tell him, absolutely. I mean, if you see him and, you think that you'd rather go, a different route, that's awesome. But at least I want you to see him, right?
Yeah.
And so we have Hunter audition for it. And 2 other guys who are amazing actors as well. And Eric is just blown away. He's like, oh my God. I mean, the 3 actors are amazing. Great. And he's like, but I see Hunter as, my Robert for Clean Slate, he says.
Perfect.
Like, perfect. Yeah. Great. Let's do it. Let's let him know about it. And so that's how we got Hunter. And then for the lead, the co-lead, the woman, he wanted me to audition originally, but I honestly, I'm going to be completely honest with you. Like, no bullshit. I really didn't feel like I was ready for it because I felt like I had so many classes to take prior. I didn't feel like I'm there, Sorry. And so I tell him, what about Isabel Powell? She's a great actress. She's actually in a play right now. Let's go watch her, and you tell me what you think. And so we go to the play. He watches the play. He's like, oh my God, yes, I see her. Yeah, let's have them, let's have her audition. So she auditions. She gets the role. And so now I'm looking at this from, like you said, an actor's perspective, not just a producer, casting director perspective, assistant director perspective, but also as an actor. And so I get to see all this side of it, and it hits different, It hits different now that you've gone through several classes, several courses, right? And I mean, they tell you in school, not everything will work for you, and that's okay. But you take what works for you, and that's what I love about their philosophy. You take what works for you.
Yeah, however you get there.
Exactly. And they did, and it was an amazing experience, and it was great to see Hunter on screen. Shout out, Hunter.
Yeah,
we love you.
Hunter. Love you, man. The story that Eric told about the opening monologue is priceless. That is an all-time. When you guys are famous, when we're all famous, and we need a story for Jimmy Fallon, that is just an all-timer. That is an all-time story.
Oh my God. No, when Eric tells me that he didn't click record, I wanted to kill him.
That makes me laugh so hard.
I wanted to kill him. I'm so glad. Oh, no. I'm so glad Ethan Engel, he's our friend. Shout out to Ethan.
Shout out Ethan. Crowd's going crazy.
And he actually, I think he got a snapshot of us, and I'm over here like, no way. And I'm like, Eric, as an actor, I feel like, oh my God. No, you didn't hit record. Are you fucking kidding me?
It's so great.
And Eric is like, well, we'll go again. And I'm like, oh my God. Oh my
Great
God.
job, Hunter.
Hunter.
Keep it up, Hunter.
Great job, Hunter. Oh my God.
Good stuff there, pal.
Eric swore me to secrecy. That's why I hadn't said anything
No,
until
that's an
his
all-time
pod.
story.
That is an all-time story. Anyways, but I mean, Eric did say that it was Hunter's fault because Eric was
He was
engrossed
too
by
in
his
it.
acting.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's amazing.
That's so funny.
Hunter, you're amazing.
Yeah,
That
you are.
Eric even forgot to hit record. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, that was part of it. And what I've learned is when we're trying to make a movie, there are so many things and so many aspects of the movie that come up as a conflict or a problem. And as a director, I mean, Eric is the director. He's the one that has to problem solve
Yeah.
through them all. He's the one that has to be like, okay, we're going to do this instead. Okay, we're going to do that instead. Okay. And I'm over here like, time is running.
Right.
Like, we need to keep on going.
Logistics.
Logistics. Yeah. I'm like, come on. Food is about to arrive, or we're about to
Right.
order food. We need a rest. We need a break. They need water. Like, on it. And so it was just great to see that side of it and just have fun. Ultimately, it's about having fun and knowing that even if you plan for everything. So this is how I approach it. Eric has a vision. He tells me this is what I want, and I do everything in my power to make that happen, to make it a reality.
Yeah.
Whether it's budgeting, whether it's organizing, whether it's paperwork, whether it's looking at logistics and places, settings, people,
Yeah.
organizing every aspect of it to make it happen.
Yeah.
It takes a village.
Yeah.
It really does.
And to get the people in, the right people in there. So it sounds like most of the projects you've been the casting director.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So
I have.
and that's a talent in it of itself. Like casting, even.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just getting the right people for the job. I always think, in terms of some acting performances,
Mm-hmm.
I've always found that like some projects, it isn't necessarily indicative of whether or not you're a good actor. Sometimes it's just, are you right for this part?
Mm-hmm.
Are you right for this situation? Like I've seen really good actors not look very good, but only because it's just not a good fit.
Yeah.
Like it's just not a good fit. But that doesn't like you can. It doesn't necessarily. What I'm trying to say is, it doesn't necessarily have to do with all the time have to do with how good of an actor you are.
Right.
It's how well you fit that position
for the role. Correct.
Like so casting is an unbelievable talent. Like to be a good casting director is
Yeah. And I've had to learn how to also juggle that because, mind you, he wanted me to be in Clean Slate.
Yeah.
After he casted Hunter and he casted Paul Savitsky,
Shout out Paul.
Shout out to Paul. He's amazing. He's amazing.
Yeah, he is.
Amazing actor. I love him. He brought it up. He brought it to life the minute he did his audition. I was like, that's the guy. That's the guy we're looking for. Hands down. I mean, we don't even need to look at the other, videos, which we did, obviously,
Right. Sure.
out of respect.
Right.
But we already knew that's the guy we want.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's about the person being exactly what you're looking for.
Right.
Like exactly fitting in
Right.
to what version he has in his mind. And I'm not gonna lie about this, but I really wanted to be a part of Clean Slate. I really did. I even auditioned for Clean Slate. I'm not even kidding. I auditioned for Clean Slate. But like you said, sometimes it's not the look. That's not what they're looking for. It's not about talent.
Right.
It's about
It's how you
are
fit.
you the right fit for the role?
Exactly.
And I wasn't the right fit for the role, and I had to learn that and step aside. And Eric even brought it up. He was like, I thought you said you didn't want to. I thought you said you had mentioned that you didn't feel like you were ready. And I'm like, I mean, at the minute you casted this amazing cast, I'm like, I want to be a part of that.
Right.
Immediately.
Right.
I'll work my ass off to match that energy, that talent, that work.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like you said, sometimes that It's not, it doesn't have to mean like, oh, you're not talented and that's why we didn't get it and he's more talented. No, no, it's not about that. It's whether or not you fit for the role. And I wasn't
Yeah.
a good fit. And wrapping our minds around that, I feel like it helps us not take our auditions too,
Yeah, like you don't have to, if you don't get something, you don't have to be like, oh, I'm a freaking
yes,
terrible actor. God
yes.
dang it. It's like that really almost, that is not the case. And
Mm-mm.
like,
No, it's
if
not.
you don't get something, I mean, I'm not saying like everyone is some people need acting work. I'm not saying that's always the case. I'm
Mm.
just saying
Mm-hmm.
when you don't get something,
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to automatically be like, oh
Right.
my god,
Right.
I should never act again. I should
Right.
no. It's like
Right.
you just didn't fit that role.
Right.
That's all.
You're gonna get another role.
Right, you'll get another audition. You'll get it. You'll
Exactly.
do it. You like, and then I mean, the opposite is true. I've seen even in movies, like feature legit movies, where there are actors I've seen in other things crush, and then
Absolutely.
they just are they don't work in this specific thing. Like
Yeah.
I've seen that so many times.
Absolutely.
But in other things they'll act their ass off and
Oh
they'll
yeah.
be perfect for
Yeah.
that. So yeah, that definitely helps with
Absolutely.
dealing with the rejection of auditions and not getting it. You don't
Absolutely.
have to be like,
Yeah.
I'm so bad.
I'm
It's
so
like
bad.
no,
I suck.
you
I
just weren't
suck.
a fit for that.
No,
That's
you weren't
all.
a fit for that. And as Courtney Vickers, oh my dear
Shut
friend,
up.
shout out
Shut
to
up.
Courtney. I love her. I mean, who doesn't love her? She's so
Love Courtney.
sweet and smart, and I love her. She once said, she said, auditioning is our job. To audition is to us doing our job.
Yeah.
Getting the role is our reward.
Mm,
And
good.
I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
solid.
that's amazing.
That's so true.
That's so true.
Yeah.
That is so true. She shared that with me. One of her acting teachers told her. And
That's so true.
I was like, that is so true. Thank
Yep.
you.
Yep.
I needed to hear that.
Yep.
Absolutely. Because I feel like you said, we feel discouraged.
Yeah. There's
Oh,
a lot
you
of
didn't get.
lot of rejection.
Oh, there's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a
I
lot.
mean, that's just the name of the game.
That's the name of the game. Yeah. Yeah. And then they act like, where were you all this time? Well, I was auditioning.
Been here, dude.
I've been here. Haven't left.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
So you wear many hats, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
in productions that you've been a part of with Eric outside of you know. So let's move then to Last Story.
Yeah.
And I just would love. God, I keep bumping my mic. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. Sorry, you guys.
Sorry, listeners. So let's move then to now you're up to act.
Yeah.
And what's going through your mind? What's like on day one? Now it's time. You do all these things behind the camera
Mm-hmm.
that you're so talented at. Such an integral part of the piece of the Playback Collective. Now you're in front of the camera.
Mm.
Lights up. What's going through your mind?
I'm a hack.
This imposter syndrome immediately.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, 1,000%. I
Yeah.
mean, you were there. Mind you, shout out to Zach.
Shout out to me. Shout out to me. This is my show.
It is. Yeah. Thank you to the whole team.
it was
Thank you to
a
Yana,
pleasure.
Alicia,
It was
Landon,
amazing,
Hunter,
dude.
everyone, Nuncio, Sumant.
Yeah.
I mean, who am I forgetting? Rudy. Every single person that was there. I mean,
Magic.
Mimi, who did the
Yeah.
makeup. I mean, wow.
Magic.
Everybody is there, ready to go. Like you said, lights up, cameras rolling, audio speeding. And I'm just thinking, I'm a fucking hack. Dude. I honestly, I was terrified. because Eric says the beginning of the day, he's like, okay, we're gonna start with this scene where Landon and Liz, you guys are gonna be in it. It's the kitchen scene. Shout out to Landon too.
Yeah, Landon's the
Landon,
man.
shout out.
Shout out Landon. I wanted to hit the cheers, but I don't want to keep hitting the sound mixer and getting feedback. But Landon, we're cheering for you, man. Shout out. We'll do some manual. Yeah, there's for Landon. There's the cheers.
Yeah, Eric says we're gonna start a close up with Liz, on Liz, and I just think, fuck.
Yeah.
This is where everybody will learn I'm a fucking hack. And everybody's gonna know now. You know, everybody that's here.
Wow.
That I suck.
Wow.
That I shouldn't be doing this. Not only letting every single person that's here, that's my friend, letting them down, I'm also letting my partner down and his vision. Not only letting down my scene partner, my partner, Eric, I'm letting him down. And
wow, so you're really beating yourself up.
I'm beating myself up. Absolutely, 1,000%. I'm like, I shouldn't be here. I should be teaching. I should be teaching. What am I doing here? I should be back in Texas. What the hell am I doing in front of the camera? Like, what the hell am I talking about? And so I'm just in my head, and I feel so defeated. And I feel so responsible. I feel the stakes are so high because I don't want to let Eric down. You know, he came up to me with this idea and this amazing idea, and he believed that I could fucking do it. And I finally said, okay, I'll do it. Yes, fuck it, I'll do it. And now I'm here, and I just suck.
Oh my gosh.
And now he's gonna see that I suck. He should have casted someone else. Miscast, you know, it happens. I'm wasting everyone's time. I'm wasting my friends' time. Mind you, at this point, everybody's sweating bullets because it was so hot.
140 degrees in this house that we're filming in.
Yeah, because
August,
audio.
LA. We got just this little house.
Yeah.
That, oh man.
Beautiful house.
Yeah, it was great, and the vibes were high.
Yes.
So was the temperature.
Yeah, so was the temperature. Yeah, the temperature was high, and we had to turn it off because we wanted clear audio. So
yeah, we couldn't run the AC because the boom mic would pick it up. The vibes were high. The temperature was high. The energy was high.
Everything was high, and I just sucked. And I was all in my head, and that was my biggest mistake. I was in my head all that time. I wasn't believing in myself. Instead of focusing on being connected, I was just in my head the whole time. And then Eric says, okay, we're going to move on to Landon's footage. The minute Eric does that, and Eric starts rolling, he looks at me, and I see something in his eyes. And afterwards, he tells me, that's when I saw you. I was like, oh, that's Ellie. That's Ellie. That's not Liz now. Now Ellie is listening. And so I was just listening, and I started connecting to the circumstance. I started connecting to the space, to the setting, to, you know, the person in front of me, to my
you
brother.
You crushed it, dude. And you had a great cry, too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was shedding my pants. Now you know.
Yeah.
And thank you.
Go check out Last Story. It's on YouTube, right?
Not yet.
No.
We're still submitting to film festivals. Clean Slate is though, so go check out Clean Slate.
Yeah, definitely go check out Clean Slate.
Yeah, but be on the lookout for Last Story.
When Last Story comes out, it's really good. You were excellent.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. At that moment, I wasn't thinking about anything other than, okay, now the camera's not on me. Pressure is not on me. I let go of that, imposter syndrome of not belonging. And mind you, it was everything that was said to me at one point in my life where it said, you can't do this. This isn't meant for you. Look at you. Look at where you come from. What are you doing here?
Wow. So you're just reliving all of that in the moment. Wow.
And all that is going through my head, and I'm just, I guess they were right.
Wow.
They were right. I shouldn't have left my hometown. I should have stayed there. What was I thinking? This is what they meant by you. You want to be what?
Wow.
Yeah. And so then, like I said, the camera is not on me anymore. It's on Landon. Shout out Landon.
Shout out Landon. I don't want to touch the sound mixer. I've already given our audience enough with my mic.
And so he starts going, and that's when I start boom, connecting. I'm there already. Boom. I let go of myself and all that. The idea, I guess, that we have in our head of who we are and what we can do and our limits. Yeah. I just let go of all that. Eric notices that, and then he says, okay, I'll do a white now, both of you. And that's when he's like, that's when I noticed, oh,
you're in it.
Oh, she's in it.
Yep.
She's in it. Let's go. Camera, let's go.
Yep.
Let's go. And that's how we got one scene to another, like from one scene to another. And it was such an amazing experience because it is terrifying.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
It's fucking terrifying.
It's terrifying.
It's so...
Stage and camera.
Oh my God.
Definitely is.
Oh my God.
It's a pretty wild sensation.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I love both.
Same.
I love film and I love stage. At least when you're on stage, they can be looking at your partner or at the furniture.
On camera, there's nowhere to hide.
There's nowhere to hide.
Right,
You can't hide. You really can't.
Yeah.
And I get thrill in both, a different thrill. And I love both of them. And so,
Same.
Right? It's just so great. And I love that you said in the last podcast how the same part of your brain that tells you, hey, you're doing something crazy here. Yeah. What are you doing?
Survival instinct, dude. It's a primal, like that's a physiological thing. That you're like, your brain is like, what the are you doing, dude?
What are you doing? Run.
You run. Yeah. Get to safety.
Yes.
Like you're not safe right now.
Exactly. You're not safe right now.
You're not safe right now.
Yeah.
And that's you gotta switch. Like, hey man,
switch it off. Like you said, shush it. Yeah, I'm doing this crazy thing.
Yeah. Deal with it.
Doing this.
Yeah.
Yes,
deal with it.
Deal with it.
Yeah.
I'm dragging your ass.
Yeah. Literally.
Yeah.
But I know what you mean. Like with the camera, I feel that way on stage.
Yeah.
Like, but that lessens when your confidence grows, when you put in the work, when you know the material dry. That lessens. On camera, like when that thing is looking at you smack dab in the face, then you're like, okay, like this is it.
This
like,
is happening.
There's nowhere
to hide.
I can't walk down stage, or I can't walk. Like I can't. This thing is on my face.
Close up.
Like,
Yeah.
It's it. You really have to swallow that fear.
You do.
Yeah.
You do. Absolutely. I remember Yana Pandela. Shout out to Yana.
Shout out to Yana.
Love you, Yana. She said, I saw you on stage doing bug because I went in and filled in for a person. And so I showed up to do bug with less than 24 hours. Less than 24-hour notice. And I went and I did that last dramatic scene. And she's like, I just saw you skydived. And I feel like that's how it feels once you're in front of the camera. You just have to fucking skydive.
Yeah.
And let it go.
Yeah, let it rip.
Let it rip.
No doubt.
Doesn't matter. Let go of that fear. It's easier said than done, honestly. Easier said than done.
Yeah.
It's terrifying. But that's why we do it.
Yeah.
That's why I do it. And I tell Eric all the time, I'm like, I feel so alive when I'm on stage.
Yeah.
Or in front of, a camera. I just feel the most alive because of that fear.
Yeah.
That I'm like, I'm still going to do it.
Yeah.
Because that fear is not going to take over me. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm not going to let that fear take over me. No.
Right.
I'm going to conquer it.
Right.
Make it my...
Yeah, no, I know. And on stage, I feel like when there's nothing better than if you put in all the work you need to put in, like your nerves lessen when you know for a fact that you've put in the reps, you've put in the work. I know my material cold, I know. And then when you have put in enough work where you can calm yourself down because you're like, I don't have to be nervous right now because I've spent hours a day for the last whatever. Then when you're on stage, I almost get
The high.
more confident from it instead of shying away from this being scared and being like, oh my god. All of a sudden it's like, oh no, I'm gonna rock out right now because I know this cold. Like I know this cold, nothing's gonna shake me right now. And then it's like the best feeling in the world.
Oh, absolutely.
Then it's like
Magic.
Yeah, then it's magic. That doesn't sometimes, I mean, that's in a perfect scenario. A lot of times you don't get a lot of time to prepare for something. You don't get a lot of time to put in. But if you're lucky enough where you have the opportunity where you have ample time to
work
fully dive in, then it's like, I'm gonna go. This is gonna be fun. Not only am I like, this is gonna be actually fun. Like. But that's a perfect world. A lot of times, like I know you've just done a play where you got like a week notice. Yeah. So it's like you don't have that luxury.
You don't. You really don't.
I mean,
4 days with the script. Go.
Yeah, see, I mean that, and then all of a sudden you're in the real world. Then you have an audition due tomorrow, and it's like, wait, what? I have to know all this by tomorrow. Like, yeah. Then the real world comes in.
Yeah. But you're amazing, dude. You're amazing. I know exactly what you're talking about. The first time I saw this guy on stage, mind you guys, he was doing his beginner scene study with Chris, and he was doing Mice and Men.
Yes, of Mice and Men.
And he blew me away.
Thank you.
You did a terrific job. Terrific job, Zach.
Thank you.
Like, I remember watching you on stage, and I was just engrossed, in awe of it. Like, I was just in awe. Great job.
Thank you.
Amazing. And I went back home and I told Eric, there's this guy that I just saw on stage. His name is Zach. At that time, I didn't know your last name. His name is Zach. And he's fucking amazing. We need to work with him.
Thank you.
Yeah, dude. Great job.
Thank you.
And I know it's a lot of work behind, like, closed doors. You know, I know that. I know it takes a lot of work. And we could see it on stage that night. We could see it.
Thank you. That's very sweet.
Shout out to Zach.
Shout out to me on my own show. Nonetheless. No, thank you. That was really nice. So let's use that a little bit as a segue to. I know. So this is such a great episode because you've given us insight to your life as a producer, your life as a casting director, your life as an actor, your life as a partner to a director, and now when you're already so accomplished. I mean, it's insane. Like how many different hats. I mean, that's insane. It's hard enough to do one thing, like let alone a bajillion. And now you have directed.
Yeah. And
that blows my mind because I love hearing from different people, especially with such a diverse portfolio that you have. Now, just give us a little insight. Let us see what you see. Now you're a director.
Yeah.
Go.
Okay. So I finished reading Carrie by Stephen King. Amazing read. And I read it and I saw parts of that book were in dialogue, like a script.
Yeah.
And that was because it was an interrogation with the sheriff and some townspeople. And I remember, like, the minute I got to that, I was like, I saw it as an actor. I'm like, oh my God, this is a script. Why are we not doing this already? And so I tell Eric, I'm like, hey, I feel like this is a real good start. Like, we could make something from this. And he, you know, he's so supportive. Shout out Eric.
Shout out Eric. Shout out Eric.
I love him because he never turns down any of my ideas, and he's always there to motivate me and push me. And I wouldn't be here if it weren't for his stubborn butt, stubborn ass, you know, always pushing me to be the best version of myself. And so he's like, "Yeah, let's fucking do it. Let's go. What do you want to do? What do you have in mind?" And so I said, "Well, I want to shoot this, and I want us to be in an interrogation room, and I would like to co-direct this. You know, it's my idea. I would just be focusing on the co-directing side of it, not so much in the producing. I mean, co-producing with him, co-directing with him, be different, you know." And so, oh my gosh. He's like, "Yeah, so who do you have in mind?" And so I'm like, "Zach."
Shout out Zach.
Shout out Zach. We didn't even like ask you to audition for it. I saw it. I was like, yeah, he could totally play a sheriff. Of course he can. He can do anything. Come on.
My name is Zach King, and I'm gonna be famous.
He is exactly. And so Eric was like, "Yeah, let's go. I can totally see him doing that. Why not, right?" And so we reach out to you. We tell you. I finally bring it up to you. "Hey, would you be interested? What do you think?" And you're like, "Yeah, let's go." I love your attitude. You're always like, "Let's go. Let's do it. Come on." Great. That's the attitude we want to hear. That's exactly what we want to hear when, you know, we bring up a project. Let's go. Let's do it. You know, initiative, you know, motivation. And so you were like, "Let's go. Let's do it. When are we going to shoot this?" You know, I love that. I love that attitude.
Get a load of this fucking guy, Zach King.
Zach King, you guys. And so, yeah, Eric was like, "Let's go. Let's do it. Let's plan. Let's shoot." Originally, I was going to be reading for the interrogation, like lines, interrogator. But then we got Lauren Wargin. Shout out to Lauren.
Love Lauren.
I love you, Lauren. She's one of my best girlfriends out here.
Yeah, she's great.
I love her. She's amazing. Amazing person, amazing actress. And just like you, she's like, "Yeah, let's do it. Let's go. Let's do it." And I love that. Thank you so much, you guys. I mean,
thank you.
We couldn't do this without you guys.
No, thank you guys. It was such a pleasure, and I loved playing a cop.
Yeah.
I mean, I love it. Was a pleasure.
Yeah.
I was honored.
Thank
I
you.
hope we work together for the rest of our lives.
Hell yeah.
I really do.
Yeah.
I really do.
I love that. Yes, please. And so we show up, and now, mind you, I used to be just first assistant director and producer.
Yeah.
Right? Now I am co-directing this.
Yeah, now you got the tall chair.
Yeah. And now we're there. And Eric is coming to me for decision making. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? He has to consult me because I'm co-directing this. And I'm like, yes, no, yes, okay, yes. I told you so. Yes, you know, one after another. And then you come.
Here comes the hat.
Here comes the hat. You threw a curveball. I'm not even gonna lie. You threw us a curveball.
Guys. Oh man.
Oh my gosh. And if you guys haven't heard the other episode, Zach approaches us and he's like, "Guys, I think I broke the hat."
This beautiful Stetson hat. So when we get there, I'm playing the sheriff, and I put our call time is at 9. We go in, I start changing pretty much immediately. Beautiful, just an amazing costume. I I tuck in the shirt with the badge and the tie and this amazing sheriff's jacket with this leather jacket with the fur collar. I mean, this is gorgeous. Just a great, and then they got an actual sheriff's hat worn by an actual sheriff. This beautiful brown Stetson. Oh, gorgeous. And immediately I break it. Immediately the the brim breaks off the hat. Like at 9 o'clock was the call time. This is 9:05. And I'm like, all right, this is the end of my acting career. Not only is this the end of, maybe I'll move home. maybe, because I'm not even out of the dressing room yet, and this first time I'm ever acting on camera in front of Eric and Liz, immediately break the hat. So for our brand new director here, this is where you find us. I walk in, hat's broken.
The hat's broken, and mind you, Zach is playing a sheriff from Maine, and this hat belonged to a sheriff from Maine. All right, legit. And he walks in, and my brain just doesn't get it. I'm like in shock, and a million scenarios are going through my head. I'm like, oh my God. Mind you, Zach had offered to cut his hair, and we told him, nah, don't worry about it. We're going to have the hat. In that moment, I was kicking myself. I was like, we should have told him to cut his hair. That was the first thing. Second thing, I was like, I have scissors. I can fucking cut it here.
I would have done it. I so would have done it. If need be, I would have.
I mean, I do cut Eric's hair.
Do you really?
Yeah, I do. I do. Yeah. So I was like, I'll cut his hair. Fuck it, we'll do it right here and right there, and we'll just have the hat sitting on the table. Yeah. Whatever, no big deal. And then Eric just looks at me. He's so sweet. He's like, let's not worry about that. Let's have Lauren fix that. And in my head, I'm like, how the fuck are we gonna fix a broken hat?
Yeah.
Like, how is that gonna be fixed? Like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? I'm already thinking, that's it. We're not going to shoot. We're not going to film.
I was so panicked too.
I was kicking myself. I was like, I should have thought about, I was kicking myself in the butt because I was thinking, I should have thought about having another hat. Like a replacement hat. Like I never thought about that. And so I'm kicking myself. I'm not mad at you or at Eric or anything else, anybody else other than myself. I'm like, I didn't plan for this. My contingency plan. This wasn't part of it. But curveball, right? And then so we give it to Lauren, and Lauren is fixing it. And I'm like, and I'm running all these scenarios in my head. I'm like, it's fine. We can tell them they can go back. We can look for another hat. We don't have to shoot today. And I'm just going through all this in my mind. And Eric is like, it's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Let's move on to what we need to do. And the thing was, if I were a producer, I would have been saying that. Exactly what Eric was saying. Okay, let's move on. We're going to do this. We're going to shoot this. We're going to figure it out. Yeah. But I was wearing my co-directing hat.
Yeah.
And so I don't know how Eric does it. I like that day, I had lots of respect. Like I now have more respect for him. I have lots of respect for Yana Pandelis, who did her own, short film, Wild Rumpus.
Yeah.
She directed and acted in it.
Yeah.
And produced it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, she's amazing.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Amazing. And I'm over here just wearing the co-directing. I'm not thinking about co-producing. I'm just thinking, oh, this is fucked.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Fuck it. We'll shoot another day. Who cares? That's fine. And we'll tell him to cut his hair. If we don't find another hat, we'll tell him to cut his hair, and it's fine. And we'll have it there. And Eric's like, okay, let's go. Come on. And so we start moving. And then Lauren calls me if I could help her out a bit. I do. And then you have this brilliant idea of, hey, let's just use the Sharpie and cover that tape, because it was a very
It was
what
like
was it?
pink
Neon pink,
or
neon
yellow.
pink.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yellow and neon
Stage,
pink.
yeah.
Yeah, stage tape.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And so yeah, we were coloring it.
Yeah,
and-
they taped the hat for the listeners. We taped the hat underneath the brim and colored the tape over with just black Sharpie and you would never
That was an amazing
tell.
idea, Zach.
It's just black underneath the brim of the hat. Like
Yeah.
you would never.
Yeah, that was Zach's idea, and I was like, oh my god, that's brilliant. Let's do it.
I was
That works.
tweaking. I was freaking out.
Yeah.
In my head,
It didn't show.
I was like, I could feel my heart rate start to. I was like, and I was like, all right. Before our first take, I had to like. Because it's like, on like a physiological level, my heart was going a million miles an hour because I was like, oh my god, dude, how could you let this happen? Like,
That line, oh my god. And so what I can tell you is there's a different version that you have in your head as a director. There's a version that you have in your head and you feel like that's the way it has to go. And it never happens that way. I mean, it could be a hat, it could be a mic, it could be anything.
Somebody's late.
Yeah,
or,
yeah.
Right.
Or a costume is not working.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
Something's gonna happen.
Something.
Yep.
A person couldn't make it.
Yep.
I mean, anything can go wrong, and when they say anything can truly go wrong. And so it was that idea that I had in my head of how things should work. Sorry.
No, you're good. We can still hear you.
And then moving forward, moving on. Okay, what's the next thing? Let's go. Okay.
Yeah, you handled it great. I mean, I guess that was your first test. I was like, at what it means to be a director. But I loved working for both of you guys because it was just, the analogy of like a duck swimming on the surface of the water, and it's like if you're looking outside onto the water, you just see this graceful looking duck, but if you look underneath the water, its feet are going that's kind of like that was kind of like your guys' energy, like the whole time just kept moving. Even though there's stuff was going on underneath, you just kept it moving. It was kept, the progress is
it's still gonna happen,
which I appreciated a lot. Because I was already freaking out. And so...
Well, you held it together very well.
You guys did too.
Yeah. No, great job. I couldn't, I didn't even notice it in your eyes or anything. So great job.
Thanks.
Freaking job.
Thanks.
Because I know the feeling. I would have been the same. I would have been a mess.
Acting is hard enough when everything is going fine. When things don't go fine, you're like, oh god, this is another thing. This is another thing. But I love hearing your perspectives because what a diverse portfolio you have of so many. You've been involved in so many different facets of the acting world, which is so. I mean, hats off to you. That's great. You're so accomplished already.
Thank you.
Like, I guess I would have to ask, of all the things that you do, what do you think is your favorite? What do you think is your strongest? And what excites you the most?
My favorite would have to be, funny enough, it's not on stage and it's not in front of the camera. It's at home. When I'm doing the character work, when I'm discovering who this person is, that's my favorite side of it.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, I feel like it's just like almost like playing scavenger hunt with the script and finding all these bits and pieces of a puzzle, bringing them all together and forming this person.
Yeah.
And I love that. I love creating the memories.
Yeah.
I love writing about the character. I love connecting with the character, finding what is similar to me and what's different to me, and I like to think that I approach my characters from a place of compassion. I like to think of myself as a vessel, and I know it sounds so pretentious. I'm sorry, you guys. Sorry,
No,
you
no,
guys.
it's spot on though.
I like to think that it's more of an experience where I am giving a voice to a person that doesn't have one,
Totally.
and approaching a character from that place of empathy. It's just magic. I love it so much, and that's how I connect. That is my favorite. That is my favorite aspect of it. What excites me the most is that rush that you get when you're about to go on stage. Oh my god. Oh my god.
It's so good, dude.
Oh my god. It's so good. Oh my, wow. Wow. It's like you said, your brain is telling you you're about you're about to do this one crazy thing.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Like, hey, anybody
Like
there?
you won't be safe.
Yeah, you won't be safe.
Yeah.
This is totally insane, and I'm
Yeah.
telling you right now, leave.
Yeah.
What are you doing here?
Right.
Just leave. And so that rush,
Conquering that.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, telling it to shut
Yeah.
up, like shut the F up,
Yeah.
I can do this.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Totally.
If I fly, I fly. If I fail, if I fall, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm still the one that's falling. I'm still the one that's failing, and it's okay because I can learn.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
can learn from it. And so that's what excites me the most, like that rush that you get right before you go up, whether it's in front of the camera or on stage, the feeling afterwards. Oh,
I know.
wow, that high, riding that high.
I
Oh
know.
my gosh. Riding that high, that's just amazing. And I don't mean that it's like when people come and hug you and they tell you, oh, you did such a great job. That's very much appreciated. I love that part. But I mean that moment when you go backstage right after you went up.
Yeah. Especially if you get a lot of real good reactions out of a crowd, you're like, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You go backstage and you're like, I fucking did that.
Yeah.
I fucking did that. And I was scared shitless and I still did it.
Yeah. It is an amazing feeling.
It's an amazing feeling. Yeah. It's an amazing feeling. That's what excites me the most. That feeling of being, I did that despite everything, despite my odds, despite people not believing in me, despite my parents not believing in me, maybe, despite myself, despite me not believing in me. I'm here and I did that and I conquered you.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about this. I love feeling fear towards something because I like to face it head on.
Right.
I just love it. I'm like that.
That's like, so the being brave isn't like not feeling fear. It's feeling fear and doing it anyway. That's what being brave is. Like, it's not like it's not like you're not scared of it. It's like, I'm scared and I'm going to do it anyway.
And I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
And I don't care.
Yeah.
And if I fall, it's fine.
Right.
I can try it again.
Totally.
It's fine. There's another show coming up.
Right.
Or there's another class coming up.
Right.
It's fine.
Right.
There's another shot. They just said cut. If the director didn't like it,
right,
they'll ask me to do it again. It's fine. It's okay. And it's allowing yourself, I feel, to make mistakes. What makes you better, I want to say. I feel like that conquering that fear and then allowing yourself to make mistakes despite
totally
that fear.
Totally.
And so that's how I approach my work and how I approach things that I do. If I feel fear, if I feel so scared to do it, I'm like, I'm going to do it. Because I'm not going to let my fear win. 4 days? Okay.
Yep.
I'll do it.
Yep.
1 month? Fine.
Yeah.
I'll do it. 2 weeks, I'll do it. I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
No matter what, because I'm going to feel so good afterwards.
Yeah.
And then that quote, bringing it back to what Eric said, that quote that he said to me about 20 years from now, you're going to look back and you're going to think of that moment. And that's what keeps on repeating in my head. Do I want to live with regret? Do I want to go, into that sleepless night thinking, I should have tried that?
Right.
No. I want to say I tried it. Did it work? Maybe not. But I tried it. Or did it work? It fucking did. Yeah. And it was amazing. It's
working already. You guys have accomplished so much, seriously, and you're just at the start. Like I'm so impressed by you. I'm so impressed by Eric, and we're coming up on 2.5 hours.
Sorry,
so
you guys.
All of this is to say I'm so happy that you're doing what you're doing, because
Thank
you are
you.
meant to be doing this, and I've seen it. Acting wise, I see it every time I see you work, but you're so talented also producing things and directing things and casting things, and you are just doing what you're supposed to be doing. I believe that to be true. And conquering your fear and all those doubts that go through your head every time, and just mastering that. I mean, I'm so impressed with you. And just I hope that we work together for the rest of our lives. I really do. And I hope to work with Eric for the rest of my life. And I hope to just be that I have a feeling that what's being built here is something really good and something really solid and I think it's only up from here. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it was a pleasure having you on.
Thank you.
Again, this is another one where we're coming on in 2.5 hours.
Sorry,
and
guys.
and I feel like we still have another 2 hours to go. So why don't we do a second Elizabeth pod?
I love that. Yes.
Be a repeat podcast. And for the listeners, I promise I'm gonna get another mic. But this was lovely, man. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. And before we go, for the listeners, is there anything you want to plug for where to find you? Socials?
Sure, yeah. You can find me at lizsalazar.com, or you could search me up on Instagram. I'm Elizabeth Salazar, and there's 3 A's in the last A of my last name, Salazar. So it's Salazar. You can find me there, or just the Playback Collective. You can find us there on Instagram. Yeah, just shoot an email, a DM, whatever. I mean, we're always so happy, to work with people, because it does take a village. We couldn't do this without you guys, without the help of our friends and family. Honestly, I'm telling you right now, the only reason as to why all this has come to fruition is because of our friends and family. And
well, it's because of you guys. You guys are both solid as a rock, and I'm just you're doing what you're meant to be doing, man. So come back and we'll do episode 2, volume 2. This final cheers for Elizabeth Salazar. Thanks, man.
Thank you.